So for this video, we're going to practice dividing by 10, 100 and 1000 using a place value grid. You can either have your own place value grid or you can simply draw one on your board or your paper, whichever one works best. So I'm going to start with the question, which is going to be 65 divided by 10. And the same as before, you're going to place it on to the place value grid in the correct columns, so 65. And when you are dividing, dividing by a whole number, you're making the number smaller. And making it smaller means it's going to move to the right on the place value grid, because after the decimal point, these are only fractions of a number. So just the same as when you multiply, the number of zeros in the number you're divided by will tell you how many jumps you need to make. So if you have 1 0, we're going to make 1 jump to the right this time. And I'm going to start with the 5, and just the same as before, you have to jump over the decimal point. So we're going to go 1 jump, and then move the 6, 1 jump to the right. And as this is the decimal point column, we need to put the decimal point back in. And so the answer to 65 divided by 10 is going to be 6.5. For the next question, we are going to be dividing by 100. So it doesn't matter whether it's a 2-digit, 3-digit, or a larger number, or another decimal number. The method is exactly the same every single time. So I'm going to start with 46 divided by 100. So just the same as before, I'm going to put the 4 and the 6 in the correct columns. And then we're going to check how many zeros are there in 100. So we've got 2 zeros, so it's 2 jumps. And as we're dividing, we're going to be moving to the right. So start with the 6. Over the decimal point is 1 jump, and across 2 jumps. So we're going to have 6. And again, 1 jump over the decimal point, 2 jumps. It's going to make 4. And then, just the same as before, you cannot have an empty ones column. So you've got to put a placeholder of a 0, put the decimal point back in. And the answer to 46 divided by 100 is 0.46. Now the same method works if you started with a decimal. So if you started off with 74.9 divided by 100. 74.9 divided by 100, same as before. We get our place value grid, and we're going to put 74.9 in the correct columns. And as we are dividing, we're going to be moving to the right, and 100 has 2 zeros, so it's 2 jumps to the right. So we're going to start with the 9 and go 1 jump, 2 jumps, put the 9 there. Then the 4, 1 jump, 2 jump, put it there. And then the 7, 1 jump, 2 jump, and there. Just like before, we're jumping over the decimal point. We can't have an empty ones column, so we put a placeholder of a 0 and then a decimal point. So the answer to 74.9 divided by 100 is 0.749. So this time we are going to be dividing by 1000. So we have the number 278 divided by 1000. And we put it on the place value grid in the correct columns. So 278. And as we're dividing, we're moving to the right, and there are 3 zeros in 1000, so it's 3 jumps to the right. So I'm going to start at the 8, jumping over the decimal point. 1, 2, 3. Write it in that column, and then we're going to move across to the 7, So 1, 2, 3, put the 7 in the hundredths column, and then the 2, 1, 2, 3 jumps. And then just as before, we have to put a placeholder in the ones column and the decimal point. So the answer is going to be 0.278. This also works without decimals. So if we started with a larger number, you can use the exact same method. There'll just be no jumping over the decimal point. I will show you an example with the larger number. So for example, if we had 49,000 divided by 1,000. So onto the place value grid, we're going to put 49,000. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4, 9, 0, 0, 0. This helps with the alignment of everything to make sure you've got the correct number. Just as before, dividing by 1,000, 3 zeros, so 3 jumps to the right. Begin, jump over the decimal point, 1, 2, 3, put a 0 there, jump over the decimal point again, so 1, 2, 3, another 0, 1, 2, 3, over the decimal point, a 0, 1, 2, 3, the 9 goes here, and 1, 2, 3, the 4 goes there. Now, as before, this would be the decimal point that has to go back in. And as there are only zeros after the decimal point, you can ignore those numbers and just see the answer as 49. So 49,000 divided by 1,000 is 49.